You're listening to the Last Man In podcast. Covering Winnipeg hockey and the NHL.
Scheifele dances his way in. Scheifele scores! Mike Wheeler finds the far corner. And the Winnipeg Jets win it in overtime.
Woo, woo, woo. Last Man In podcast, episode number 183. Got Cam and Matt here.
I'm back.
I killed Dan. We're gonna write it off as I rioted too hard and I took him out. I used his own tactics against him. Eagles fans are animals. Flyers fans, different people.
Same people.
Different people.
Same people.
You'll hear from Dan soon enough. But I'll wrap up by saying I think this is the first time any of Dan's teams has ever won a championship. Because Dan cheers for losers. Namely the Winnipeg Jets.
It's not very nice to say.
Well, they're losers. Until they win a championship, losers.
Okay. The 12-team championship.
Counts.
The Flyers.
Can't hear you with my
You can
two.
fuck off.
I cannot hear you with my two championship rings in my ears. Oh, Patrick, wow, that was the best comeback ever.
That probably was.
That-
Yeah, I don't think there's anything better than that.
Like, obviously, I don't remember that when I live, but hearing those clips of
Anytime
best
there's a top
chirps.
10 best
But-
chirps on Sports Center,
Yeah.
it's always number 1 or 2.
Yeah, because Roenick, it was directed at Jeremy Roenick, right? Where he was like, "Oh, I hope Patrick gets his jock shot. It's hanging in the rafters."
Yeah,
and then,
something like that.
"Oh, well, I hope I can't hear him. I got my 2 Stanley Cup rings blocking him." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that's so good. That's so good." He must have thought of that. You think he thought of that?
Oh, he was definitely thinking about that all week. Just
Yeah.
hey, what can I say? All night before he went to bed, he's like,
Yeah.
I need something funny to say.
Yeah.
What am I going to say?
Oh, gotta get him good.
And then he just panned over and he just saw the ring and he's like, dinner.
Another really good one that I was alive for, and I remember watching it that night, was the Adam Burrish Chris Pronger, where Adam Burrish, it was after one of the games in the Stanley Cup final between the Hawks and the Flyers, and Adam Burrish is like, "Oh, I'm gonna whoop Pronger's ass," or something, or "I'm gonna dangle him so bad," something like that, and then Pronger's like, "What, is that gonna happen next year? Like, am I getting sent to the A?" Like something along those lines. It was just like, whoa! Hold on to your seat, folks. Jeez.
That's ruthless.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other... of course we have the Giroux one towards JVR. We call him a pigeon. And he's like, "Hurr, hurr," just making pigeon noses.
Drew talking to Phil about, oh, did you have a Pepsi today? Or, did you have a Coke today? No, I like Pepsi.
I'm a Pepsi guy. And you can tell Phil just laughs it off because he gets it. He gets it probably once a game from someone.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Or
We have Richard Sherman just screaming after his game.
Richard Sherman.
The football player.
Yeah, no, but what did he say?
It was he was talking about, do you not remember the one where it's after the playoff game against
Oh, San Francisco, Michael Crabtree.
Yeah, that one. And he's just literally just screaming. And I'm like, oh, that's not even
Oh
true.
yeah! Don't
That's
you
just
ever
scary.
say that again! You came to my house and you lost. Or the I don't know who this is, but it's the New York Jets. Bart. Either way, the gentleman. He was a lineman, and he's like, "Third-rate defense could stop a nosebleed. Can't wait. Poetic justice."
Oh, jeez.
I gotta write this one down, because this one, I'm gonna have to tweet that one. I'll write poetic justice. I'm gonna talk real slow while I do it, so that I remember what to tweet, but just out of context, if I find these clips, but that one for sure, I'll tweet it out, but that one's fantastic. It was the New York Jets taking on, maybe the Patriots, I'm not sure, but
Sounds like a Patriots thing, because the Jets hate the Patriots.
they were huge underdogs. And everyone wrote them off. And even the person on the field interviewing him, I think maybe it wasn't a lady, but the guy on the panel, he named him and he's like, "Third-rate defense could have a nosebleed. How do you feel? Poetic justice."
Oh, jeez.
And he's just losing his mind. It's
Throws the mic away and walks off.
Can't wait. It's like, "I'll see you next week," and he's like, "Can't wait," and he's just 400-pound murder machine screaming, and you feel it right in your chest, in your bones. But nowadays it kind of sucks though how nowadays they're all buddies. Like, I mean, yeah, of course they chirp each other, and there's guys who are chirp, but, like, most of these kids growing up have now played against each other.
Well, they all know each other,
because back in the
right?
day, they didn't. Like, you barely saw these guys.
Yeah.
So now, of course, now in our age, or I guess, like, in the last 20-ish years, it's changed.
Well,
like
every sport's changed too. It's not a
Yeah, of course.
bloodbath. Like
Yeah.
everything used to be a bloodbath, where now everyone's
Yeah.
it's all about safety and stuff. So these guys aren't trying to hurt each other anymore, like they
No.
were back in the day. Like,
Not at all.
so yeah, you have like guys go to the Pro Bowl and they become literally best friends over a weekend or an All-Star game and they become best friends.
Yeah.
So like there's no
Well,
angry stuff. Like there are still rivalries. Like,
Yeah, of course.
Like Giroux and Crosby, I know still don't really like each other.
Oh,
You can
that's
tell.
another great one. A mini chirp there where they won the World Championship together in 15.
15, I think.
And it was Giroux, Crosby, and I think McKinnon was the line. I think. Either way, they're interviewing Giroux, and they're like, "Oh, so have you rekindled the friendship with Sidney Crosby? Like, how'd that go?" And he's kind of dancing around the question, and then McKinnon comes up, and he's like, "Yeah, him and Sid, they're best buds now." And he hits Giroux on the chest and walks away, and like Giroux has a stupid smirk, like, "Yeah, thanks, Nathan." And like you can tell, like they may have rekindled it as of now. I don't know, but man, I'm convinced 2014 Sochi Olympics, Giroux wasn't on that team because Crosby clearly was going to be on that team and it was going to cause a rift. And, like, of course, you can't have team fighting in a tournament.
Not in a
you
tournament
can't have
that
it.
quick, yeah.
Who was that guy who, Alex DeBrincat, didn't make Team USA his last year in junior?
Oh, because he's such a shithead.
Because he was a dink.
Yeah.
And so many, we talked about it on this podcast. I'm pretty sure it was with you where we talked about this, where he was just, allegedly, of course, we can't confirm or deny, but he was invited to camp. He was like the top scorer of anyone on the camp, and he was in first round of cuts because there was just too many issues with like him and other teammates allegedly. So yeah, nowadays, but oh man, that Giroux and Crosby one was fantastic because friend of the show Kevin, he's quite the big Pens fan, and obviously I'm a Flyers fan, but we both obviously we don't hate each other by no means, but like we love seeing, like who doesn't love watching Penguins Flyers because they're like, no, they're good now. And you're good now. Get out of here.
There's a lot of series though, like just with the Pens because they've been such a dominant team for so long.
Columbus is a great
Columbus
one.
is a great one. Washington, even though Washington always loses, is that game they
Last
had the other
Friday
night was crazy.
was it 7-5, 7-4?
7-5 final.
Oh, so good. It was like
With not even an empty net. That's
Nope.
the thing. That's
It was
crazy.
fantastic. Whenever Penguins or Capitals are on TV, I always try and watch it because it's just always fantastic. Or like Caps and Flyers are okay, but not as much. Flyers don't really have, like, apart from the Penguins, I'm trying to think if they have any real, like, actual animosity or rivalry with anyone. Like, I don't like the Rangers. That's me personally. But there's not, like, there's a little bit of, they try and build it up, but there's not much there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, who are the Jets ones?
See, I couldn't even tell you that. Like really, like,
Maybe Blues, but it's more of like they just both get amped up for each other.
Yeah, like
they match each other
they
so
match
well,
each other, yeah, exactly.
size-wise, and they both want to hit, but they can also play skill.
Yeah,
so it's just matchup.
I don't think there's any team because you know what, the Jets haven't been in any playoff series. The Ducks
Ducks.
games get rough.
Yeah,
I will admit that, but the Ducks get rough with everyone really because they're in the playoffs all the time. And they're always in tough,
and there's such
rough
a
series.
There's such a rough and tumble team.
Exactly.
Like I remember, goalie guru Bryan there. He sent me a link, and he was telling me about. It was an interview, or no, it was on GGSR, which is a goalie gear website of some sort, because he's a big goalie nut. And they were having a questionnaire with Braden Holtby. No, he didn't send me the link. He was just telling me about it. I lied. But anyways, Braden Holtby was on there, and he sent Braden Holtby a question saying, who's the toughest team to play against? And Holtby was still fresh in the league, but newer. But either way, he said Anaheim, not like as a player, it's a hard style to play against. But he said as a goalie, they keep it down low below the red line a lot of the time. He said that's really hard on your knees, like as a goalie, because you would know you were a goalie, pushing back and forth. And he says it's like heavy minutes. It's really tiring. And he says, and then they get those quick like out front, like one timer, real quick, or like the snapshots right out front, one touch goals. And once he pointed that out to me earlier this year. A lot of Anaheim's goals, like they set up, like
they always set up down low.
Like
that's how it's always been.
And and it's hard to do with a guy like Perry, Getzlaff, Kessler. Ricardo Kell is usually on the wing somewhere because he's more of a disher than.
Well, actually, they've put a lot more speed on their team this year, like than they've ever had. And It hasn't seemed to benefit them because they're not in the playoff spot right now, but
Nope.
they're usually a second half team anyway, so we'll see how that works out. But they're like, even like Richie's a big boy.
Nick Richie's
He's
big.
boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was he mucking it up with the other day? They were playing the Leafs last night. That's a game I was watching. Yeah, they
Right
are
after
big.
Dominic Moore, like, get out of here.
Well, the Leafs, oh my God. You know what? I'm just going to read this stat now since we're on the Leafs. I just got to find it here. Because the Leafs, this is from a couple days ago, so the stats changed since there's been a couple more days. What is Babcock doing? I understand he's a great coach, a championship caliber coach, but when they brought in Dermott and Justin Hull, like, they had, since they started keeping stats, historically the best back-to-back they've ever had. They won 9-0, won like 5-0 over the Islanders, 4-0 over the Rangers, or maybe it's reversed.
Like
Greg's yelling right now somewhere. But either way, their shot, I think they had something like 34 shots directed at net, or like at their goalie in 2 games. And here's the stat I wanted to read. In Toronto's 3-game stretch with Roman Polak out, so just Travis Dermott, Justin Hall in, they gave up just 1 goal at 5-on-5. They didn't give up more than 30 shots in a single game, and they outscored their opponents 10-4. My bad, I stand correct. In the 3 games.
Yeah.
There really isn't much of an excuse to dress him other than just because.
Well, what
does he provide? Like, nothing.
But here, we're thinking outside the box here because
Yeah.
it's Babcock, so
Of
we've got
course.
to get into his mind. What if he's just trying to teach his players to play in the defensive end?
He is. He has been
That's
quoted
the
as saying.
only thing I'm trying to think of having. Because whenever they have the other 2 guys in, like, they're moving the puck quick.
Yeah, Borgman and
Hull.
Dermott and Hull. Justin Hull.
Okay,
Justin Hull only made it because there were injuries. He shouldn't have been there.
Well,
I think he deserved to be there,
Yeah.
of course. But anyways.
But if you have those guys in and they're getting the puck and they're getting it out too quick, how are they playing in the defensive end and learning? Because they're such a young team, they still have to learn how to play defensively.
Yeah.
So if they're not playing defensively, you get into a playoff series with Pittsburgh, who's going to pin you, or hell, let's just say they get to the finals with the Ducks. Then they're going to be in trouble because they don't know how to play defensively. So having Polak in the... I'm talking on my ass here. Don't quote me on any of this,
No.
but-
It's just that you can have your opinion and all that, and you're basically saying what, like, not verbatim, but you're basically saying what Babcock was saying, and people are speculating he's coming from the mindset of, okay, look at the President's Trophy teams who have won. The Capitals, they ride all their stars all year. By the time they get to the first round, they're tired. And then, sure, they may squeak out a first-round win. They've never been past the third round.
Yeah,
Like,
but
they've
you
never
look at
made
the
it
last,
to the third round.
You look at the last 2 years, the Capitals have been deeper than they've ever been, and they still can't get past the Pens. So what really is it? Because they're not riding Ovi that much, except for on the power play where he literally doesn't move. On the power play, literally, Ovi stands on one half of the blue line. As soon as the puck gets dumped, he literally doesn't skate down. He takes 1 step to the right to get back offside, like onside. So he's not moving on the power play, so you're really not riding that much, even if he's playing 20 minutes a game. Because four of those minutes are him standing still and just loading up that one-timer. So are they really riding... Were they really riding, or is that just... That team's just not meant to win a Stanley Cup?
Unfortunately, I think it's the second one.
Like, I just
We
don't think
all
they're meant
want
to.
Ovi to win a cup. Don't get us wrong, but
Yeah, I do, because fucking who doesn't want... Like, he's such a nice guy with everything he does, and he's just so excited when he scores.
he's fantastic.
That's why I didn't like him when he first came into the league, because it was a little over the top, but now it's kind of like, okay, he's just happy to score, and whatever.
Yeah.
So, why not let him win a cup? Like, not let him win a cup, but why not want him to win a cup?
Well, right... Okay, hold on. Now that we're talking about this, say if playoffs started today, let's do this. Since we got time, don't worry about it. Cam's running the show, so it doesn't matter. Standings.
I haven't even looked at the notes once
Wild
today.
card. No, like I've wrote, that's it, yeah. Okay, if playoffs started today, they are first in the East Metro, but they're third in the East overall.
Yeah, because Boston...
So they would
Yeah,
play,
so far
would
ahead.
they get, oh yeah, no, so
They
would
get the first wild card. Or second, first wild card.
Columbus. Again. Man.
But it doesn't matter, because they...
Oh, and then they'd get the winner of the Islanders or Pittsburgh again.
Oh, I guess it's Pittsburgh
Come
again.
on.
Like,
Oh, actually, I was listening to the Steve Dangle podcast, and they had, not Justin Fisher, a gentleman on, a writer, I forget who it was.
Yeah.
Either way. the gentleman was saying that there's been a lot of complaints about the playoff format and like the viewing has been going down apparently, and like the people are getting tired of this current format and how like you always have the same teams playing each other, which is kind of weird though because that's why they made it. And apparently at these GM meetings coming up in March, I believe it's in March, they're going to pitch a new playoff format. So why not just go back to the old one? It was way awesome. 1 through 8.
They did it this way at the beginning because the divisions were off by, I think the West had 2 less teams, so it was harder. Yeah. But now that you have Vegas, like 1 less team's not a huge deal then, right? Like the best 8 teams are still going to make it.
Second last and last are going to be separated by maybe 10 points tops. Well, that's bad.
Yeah, I mean, you look at how it is the top 8 teams are making it every time, pretty much.
Yeah,
it might, but except for this year, it might not happen because like the Pacific's so bad, and the Central's so good
that they're going to have 5 and 3.
Yeah, but that 6th place team might even be better than the 3rd place team in the Pacific.
Basically, what it changes is your ranking in like as if do you have home field or do you have home field? Do you have home ice advantage and like who would you be playing? Which yes, because we've had that before where that happens every year where like the 3rd team in the division doesn't have home ice. No, the 4th team. Either way,
well, at one point,
the better team doesn't have home ice, and then they're playing a powerhouse. Like 2 powerhouses are playing, and then 1 powerhouse and 1 terrible. When you could just have like the 1 through 8 matchup, and then Cameron would understand who would play next. Because I'm only starting to understand how the playoff format works.
Well, it's a bracket now.
Now it's a bracket. The first year, I visually didn't understand the bracket. The bracket didn't make sense to me. So when I made my bracket...
It's a lot easier for every other person that didn't watch hockey before to understand it now, because literally it's just a bracket and you just move up. Where before, if like the 7th place team wins, okay, now they got to go play the 1st place team.
Yeah.
And if the
I like that better.
But I think it confused a lot of people that were hockey fans that looked at it. But with this bracket, the way it was, I think it was earlier in the season, the Jets, Blues, and Predators were all in the top 5 of the league at the time. Well, one of those teams is definitely getting eliminated at the beginning of like the playoffs. So that's one of the things that kind of sucks about it. But it also brings great matchups at the beginning of the playoffs because you have those teams that probably shouldn't be playing each other, but they are. So it's a fun system that way. But then you get into the later rounds where you're not seeing the best teams make it. And who was in the conference finals last year? Pittsburgh and who? It was Ottawa.
I love that, for sure. There's only one person in all of Winnipeg who wasn't already a Sens fan who died on that sword, and that was Dan. Dan, last year...
No, I also said...
And you,
I did also say...
Fine. There was a handful of people. I had never been so confident that someone was going to be so bad, and then they're like, we keep winning. And we're 1 goal away from the Stanley Cup final. Like, if they went to the final, who'd they play, Nashville? I over in 3. Get out of here. Not even close. Are you kidding me?
Not even getting a 4th game.
No,
the 3rd game would have been such a slaughter. They would have been
rule.
Just give it to them.
Yeah, like if you lose a playoff game by more than... Hold on, I gotta watch what I'm saying here because the Flyers have lost it. If you lose a playoff game by more than 7 goals, mercy rule, you don't get the next game. The next game's automatic. If it's a 3rd game in a 4-game, like in a 7-game series, and you're already down by 3 and you lost that one, auto advance. It's like Eric Stahl this week. Got the famed classic goal without shooting the puck because he got hooked by David Perron. And they awarded him the goal because he had a clear-cut path to the breakaway.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh! Weird rule.
What's that? It's a weird rule, but awesome.
But it's well, if it's a penalty shot, you're not allowed to put the goalie back in.
No, so they're going to score.
Yeah.
Unless they're, who's that one guy whose feet, Dennis Weidman. Or Chris? No, Dennis.
There's Dennis. No, Dennis Wyman wasn't.
Where his feet came out from him in a shootout.
Yeah, but the other one is the Oilers and Dallas Stars. Patrick Stefan.
Oh yeah.
The puck jumped on him in the empty net, and
that's true. Or the
Oilers came back and scored that.
Or the Craig Smith goal when he was a rookie. Remember when he got wide open net and he shot it and the whole bench is cheering and he slumped over and he was at the top of the roofed it and he put it into the netting. God, that was awful.
That was so bad.
That was so just, what do you, I was like, what? That went in? The bench is going nuts. And then you just cuts to him and it's like, I think Craig knows something. That's not the clip, but it looks like something's going on. But okay, speaking of playoffs, actually, when we last left off, the Jets were going to play the Vegas Golden Knights that night. Yes. That game happened. What would you think of Jets Vegas? That'd be conference finals.
That'd be conference finals.
What would you think of that matchup?
Be fun.
Yeah, oh man, Vegas is a lot like watching their warm up. I'm like I see nothing special. I'm just seeing the players, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what these.
It's Gerard Gallant, man. He's getting everything from every single one of those players.
Yeah, like the real deal Marc-Andre Fleury is doing incredible.
I think this year is kind of going to be an anomaly. I think next year they're going to regress. There's no way. Like, I just don't think
are they going to sign everyone on their team?
Not just that. It's just I think there's something just keeping this team really pumped up.
Yeah, they're all fueled by being shipped out of town by their old teams.
Well, and the shooting at the beginning of the year.
Revenge and vengeance is a big factor in a lot of people's lives. I know people people say out there in the world, someone has said like, "Oh, you shouldn't be fueled by anger or whatever." Well, anger gets a lot of stuff done. You can ask the justice system for that. A lot of lawyers live off of that saying, namely because their clients kill people. That's right. We're going down this path. Jeez. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner with Gab. Anyway, so the Jets in that game, they lost 3-2 in overtime.
Controversial goal.
Was there ever? We talked about it last podcast.
Goalie interference.
Oh, buddy. I think we have the best goalie interference call that was not called all year. That's got to be when they're talking about this at the meetings, because there's no way you cannot talk about this. And apparently, All-Star break, they sent out a memo saying, like,
relax on it.
Relax. No, what was it? I thought it was, like, relax on, like, the baby stuff. Only call the keyword egregious calls.
Yeah.
And I know egregious because I went to the game. I told you guys I went to the game. There were fans who were just yelling, egregious! It's egregious! Do your job! Hashtag consistency. So here's a moment for you. So I'm sitting with a friend who took me to the game. A couple rows up and to the right of me, maybe 5 seats over, 4 rows up, totally in earshot. I hear this kid. Well, it's for sure a kid, and I don't know. I'm guessing maybe between 12 to 14. I look over my shoulder afterwards. After he said this, he's like, "That was a terrible call, refs. Get it right. Hashtag consistency." He said hashtag out loud. What are you doing? Is this a world we live in now?
It is.
Because I turned to my friend and we're both like, "Oh, buddy, here we go. Is this where we're living nowadays?" It was...
It's 2018, my friend. This is...
Yeah, so okay, I got to write down...
We don't say hashtag. We don't even put the hashtag symbol. We just... Put our fingers together, make the little symbol, hashtag. Yeah. Tap it twice, hashtag.
You gotta watch the games, watch the fights, watch the egregious calls. What was that? So, Matt, walk us through what happened here.
So, I think there's a shot from the point. It goes kind of through Hellebuck, and it's sitting there right behind his pad. James Neal thinks, well, this would be a good time to slash the goalie in the face and break my stick on his face/chest. So he just swings at him. Clearly see the friggin' stick fly across the ice, and he's only holding half his stick after him, looking around, looking at the ref. No, I'm not going to call that. All right. As Eric Holland jumps in and pokes the puck in that is just sitting behind Hellebuck.
Yeah, it was. And so they went to review, and in the arena... They did not show the overhead view. So I only thought hit him in the chest. His stick definitely broke on the impact of... So what happens when he hits him in the helmet is his chin's down because he's looking down to grab the puck.
Yeah.
And he hits the bottom of the helmet, and you can see it from the overhead view. And I'm sure they didn't show this in the arena for the plain fact that the fans are already upset. But we weren't sure exactly. We know you hit the goalie and you can't touch a goalie. That's always been a rule. Well, from the overhead view that you see, I'll tweet it out. You see it hits the bottom of the chin and then the chest breaks on impact, and then the reason it goes flying is because Dustin Byfuglien goes to lift the stick, just because that's a standard defensive play. Yeah. And it goes flying. And as it's going flying, Neil gets a cross check from Buff, just protecting your goal. Yeah, it happens. That's a hockey play.
It should have probably taken. I wish the Jets would have done more to go after him.
It was odd, but they didn't react the way they did in my mind because the ref as he shoves him, he then calls it because he didn't see the puck until Holla taps it and scores.
Yeah.
So he blows a whistle and points at the net. And so I think Buff laid off because he thought, oh, well, he's calling like James Neal on slashing the goalie.
Yeah.
He did not. They go to review, and they reviewed it for a little while. Like, that was one of the longer reviews I've been in attendance for. Haven't been in attendance for too many goal calls or anything like that. But they reviewed it, and I'm like, okay, there's like they gotta call this one back. Like, there's no way they're not gonna call it like. And I was cheering for the Golden Knights, but like that was bad. Like that was terrible.
Well, you know what?
And it sets a precedent. Like maybe I hope this isn't the precedent because someone's gonna get really badly injured, like horrifically injured, if they allow that crap going on in the league. And so then the ref, they get off. Like he removes the headphones. They get away from the iPad Mini they're looking at, or actually it's an iPad Pro. It's the same one as Scout. What's a computer? Anyways. They skate and they call it a good goal. And now, what was Hellebuck? What did they say to Hellebuck? Here, hold on. I'll figure out, see if I can find the tweet.
You mean what they said to Wheeler?
What they said to Wheeler as a captain.
They said to Wheeler that any contact with Hellebuck would result in no goal. So that's what they told him before Hellebuck went back to the bench to tell Maurice what they said.
Which is 100% fair.
And that's exactly what happened. And clearly, slash in the face. It's a call.
Okay, I got what Connor Hellebuck was told. What the official, or this is what he said. What the official said is the puck wasn't covered, it was laying in the crease. So the guy was allowed to take a two-hand smack to my face. I don't understand it. I think it's a terrible call. You would think the video replay is there for that reason. I don't even think their team wanted that goal. Obviously they're going to take it. That's just dirty and I don't put it on that. That's hockey. I can take a stick to the face, but just because I don't throw my head back and make it obvious, I feel like I kind of got screwed on this. This is my fourth goal with my helmet having an issue with it. Goal with my helmet off, goal with my buckle off, goal where a guy trampled me. Maybe I should start diving a little bit. That's just ridiculous. So that's what Connor Hellebuck had to say. Blake Wheeler, in not as many words, basically said, like he took a swing at his head. He swore in it for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'll tweet that one out too. Like I'll tweet everything involving this, just because it was bad. Like I'm never for people getting injured at all. Like I'm not.
No.
As much as Dan would say, I was cheering for Perreault to get hurt. I didn't want him to be hurt. Radko Gudas is just falling and losing his balance. No. But anyways, I can't. That doesn't get more egregious than this. Like I don't know. Where do they go from here? Like the only other, we said it last podcast. Like this is a weird ongoing segment of Groundhog Day. Except I actually read Randy Turner. He tweeted after this. He tweeted like, "Oh, Groundhog Day." The groundhog pops up. James Neal decapitates it. Now we're stuck in 6 weeks of awful goalie interference calls. And it's true. Like, are we going to be stuck in this for a while before? Like, the only other way is like, are we actually going to go to international rules where like the moment someone touches a crease, dead play?
Maybe it's time just to get rid of the goalie interference, like challenge or review.
As in, like,
just if it's called a goal on the ice, just let it be a goal on the ice. No more reviews because
like offsides too. You mean like goal reviews, or just goalie interference?
Just goalie interference. Just get rid of goalie interference. Like you can still have the offside reviews because now it's a penalty if you get it wrong. So whatever.
That's fair. Yeah, delay game.
But with the goalie interference, you can't give a 2-minute penalty because it's all based on what the ref sees. Right? It's not cut and dry where like an offside's an offside. There's always discretion involved with each ref that takes the call, makes the call. Sorry.
Exactly. No, and we even like listened to on the radio there. Bob McKenzie did a radio hit the next morning with the local like Winnipeg radio station, and he said, so he understands you probably can't because he challenged the no goal because you can't challenge a non-penalty call.
Yeah.
But while seeing the goalie interfere or while seeing the goal challenge, they could have gone back and say, hey, we missed that. Still allow the goal, but give James Neal either
No, that's not what they were saying.
Oh,
they were
no?
saying,
Okay, sorry.
He was saying
I
it
don't
the
want to
other way.
mix up his words. So.
He was saying it the other way where, okay, well, we can't call it a penalty, so let's just call the goal back.
And give him a penalty.
And then don't give him a penalty. Because you can't give him a penalty.
Oh, and just say
don't
he
give
was
him a penalty.
interfered.
He was interfered with.
Which
He was slashed in the face, which was ridiculous. So
Yeah.
just no goal on the ice. You still have another, whatever, what it would have been another 50 seconds or whatever on the power play.
Yeah.
Take it and go. Essentially.
That's fair. Yeah, because, that was... I wish I had answers for how to... Like, the only answer in my head's go international rules. The moment someone's in the crease, blow the play dead.
That's just, it's so much more whistles.
I know, and they want to speed up the game.
Exactly.
Come on, that's terrible. Like,
And there was another one, was it last night or the night before? 2 nights ago? Detroit and Florida played.
Okay.
There was maybe 10 seconds left on the clock. Huberdeau gets pushed, and I use air quotations.
Push.
Like, because Mike Green barely touches him, but he kind of falls in, and as he's doing that, his elbow pops up a little bit and catches Mrazek in the face. Mrazek falls down, clearly has no idea where the puck is, and Huberdeau bangs it in. So they go to goalie interference, challenge it right away. No goalie interference. Where clearly,
Because
Mrazek
he was
cannot-
originally interfered with.
Yeah.
That one.
They're saying that Mike Green pushed him in, but Mike Green doesn't touch him.
No.
If
Mike
he does
Green's
touch him,
not that kind of player to begin with, anyways.
exactly. He goes for the tie-up.
Yeah.
So Huberdeau put himself into the position to interfere with the goalie. So that should have been. I don't know. It's so bad.
And then of course, actually so the Vegas game, to get back to it, it was a great game back and forth. They go to overtime, the most entertaining overtime I've been a part of live. It was so many
Was there 3 times where the puck was behind Fleury and the Jets just couldn't poke it in?
Yeah. Oh, and then that Randy Turner gentleman as well. He writes for the Winnipeg Free Press, if you want to follow him. He is a very satirical tweeter. He's very, he just tries to be funny, in tough situations. If you follow Dan on Twitter, you'll know exactly who Randy Turner is, because he agrees with him on almost every front. I'm not throwing Dan on the bus. I'm just saying Dan retweets a lot of his stuff. Anyways, Randy Turner said, "Oh, you have to blame the Jets for." The Jets. It was their loss to earn. I mean, they had 2 chances at just swinging at Fleury and taking his head off and then scoring the puck. But I didn't even think of that. Yeah, but anyway,
and that's the thing that I was worried about was if they did score, there was 1 chance. Wheeler literally jumps over top of Fleury to try and swat it. That's a goalie interference in my mind. If they would have called that a goalie interference, I would have lost my mind.
But Blake Wheeler, though, also, I remember seeing that play while I was there, but I remember seeing the replay of it. He does jump over him, but there's no, he literally, his forearms are over top of Fleury. He's a lanky dude. He's 6'5", I think. 6'4", 6'5". He's a big boy.
6'5".
Yeah. There's no, malicious intent either, but he's clearly impeding him from getting the goal.
Exactly.
Or, stopping it.
So did they call that back then? Because, that place would have erupted.
They were
already very bitter.
Very hostile. Very hostile. I did get to see a Nate Schmidt customized Vegas jersey. Those Vegas jerseys are sweet. They're growing on me. Didn't like the gray to begin with. I'm in. I like it. But anyways, so David Perron, right after all this back and forth, Dave Perron comes in, scores. And of course on Winnipeg, they haven't broken too many milestones for other teams lately. But with that win, Vegas becomes the most having the most wins in regular season with 34 wins as an expansion team.
They're still got a quarter of the season.
That is incredible. Yes, it's madness to think how good Vegas is. But as you mentioned, this has to be an anomaly. There's no way that this is the team that they. Well, maybe this is a team that they hoped and all that, but I don't think this. I don't think
they were expecting this. No. I don't think they were expecting this at all because they were planning on selling off all these UFAs.
Okay, now what do you do as GM? What do you do?
Here's the thing,
George McPhee, a general manager. For those who didn't think about that,
you have to separate yourself from the players in a way, from their mindset of hey, we've been building this all year. How are you going to take this away from us? But you also have to look at your long-term future, right?
Well, you got Cody Glass, Nick Suzuki, and Eric Brandstrom. But all of those guys, hey, I'm not a scout. I think maybe Glass will make the team next year, but I think all the other guys, still at least a year, maybe 2 away, maybe 3 away. We don't know.
Exactly.
And and with the players that they have doing the things that they are doing. Oh, that's another stat I can name while we're actually on this. Cam, with his stat guy Cam today. So this is, I'll add on to my point here. The Golden Knights became the first team with at least 3 20-goal scorers in its inaugural NHL season since the 79-80 season, when the Edmonton Oilers had 6, the Hartford Whalers had 4, the Nordiques had 4, and the Jets had 4. All had at least 4 players hit the mark. But, so they have 3 20-goal scorers. You don't think one of those guys could net you another first-rounder? Like, you have to think
well,
of
that's the thing. Like,
yeah, right?
There's no way James Neal doesn't net you a first-rounder.
Especially now. Like, even before
Marchessault's signed a, 6-year deal?
5
or
6
6
yeah,
year
he's there for 6 more.
He's staying.
Riley Smith is still on contract.
Yeah.
They signed Garrison for a 1-year extension.
No, I think they signed McNabb, too, to an extension.
I had someone I didn't name last week or 2 weeks ago. Oh, Brody Merrill. Or no, not Brody Merrill. John Merrill. They signed a 2-year extension.
So they're signing a couple of
guys.
They're
slowly signing the guys. Like, they're not superstars because they don't namely have any. But,
is James Neal going to get a contract? Because if he doesn't, and if he's not going to re-sign with Vegas, you got to get
who's going to sign... Actually, we know who's going to sign Buffalo Sabres, but they always sign guys who have one or some of a pedigree.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
No. The Buffalo Sabres are signing Josh Bailey.
Josh Bailey. Is he up too?
Yeah.
Come on. Islanders, come on. Stop messing around. Hey, that's an idea. What if Vegas, John Tavares.
God.
They have money.
They do have money.
New arena. But again, does he want to step into another? Islanders are finally just past that rebuilding where it's not necessarily.
If John Tavares leaves, that is another rebuild starter.
No, but I'm saying currently with Tavares, they're just kind of evolving into that next step of we're not rebuilding anymore. This is a team we got. Let's see what we can do with it. I wouldn't necessarily.
They need to go and get a goaltender before.
Yeah, they need pieces. Don't get me wrong, but they're past the. All right, what are they going to become? We know what they're capable of, but with the pieces, they could become more.
I think they have the second or third best offense in the league.
Yeah,
it's just their defense. Their defense isn't bad. It's just their goaltending is very, very shaky.
They have some questions for sure, and an arena's a big one. But or are you Tavares and you're like, you know what? I want to go to Vegas, get the money, more money than maybe Islanders were offering me, and then go there, be the leader. I mean. Rabid fan base.
They haven't named a captain yet.
They have not named a captain. Vegas is also in with Erik Karlsson trade talks because they have so many. They have so many. They don't have so many. They have 1 year's worth of draft picks, and then they also have pretty much 1 draft pick from everyone in the next 3 years.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you do if you're
Vegas. To answer the question, what do you do with your Vegas? This year. Oh man!
Me as a person, I don't think I could do that to the team. Rip them apart when they're playing so well.
Yeah,
but
then say if they do so well, hypothetically, say we'll just give them a benefit of the doubt and say they win a playoff series, lose, and I'll give them 6 the next round.
I don't think there's anyone in the Pacific beating them. I think they make it to the conference finals if they do.
Oh right, because they do get fine. Let's give them.
They're
I'm not saying fine. I don't want them to win. I want them to win. They make it to the conference, they lose, hypothetically, okay?
It's going to be the Winnipeg or Nashville.
They have, then at that point, how dare you? How dare you talk about the Dallas Stars like that? They're winning the Cup this year.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. With a smile on their face.
They're going to be lucky to get out of the first round.
Anyways, say if they lose in the conference finals, they have what? 3.5 weeks before July 1st? To get that done? A month, maybe?
A month, probably.
So they have a month to figure out their future at that point, but they can't necessarily trade with they could trade with everyone except the teams playing.
The 2 teams that are in the
Actually,
finals.
you probably could trade. They're probably just not concentrated on trades at that point.
No.
But is a month of time... Well, actually, they have a month out basically from now. No, wait, February 28th? When is trade deadline?
It's 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
I don't know when it is.
Basically, roughly the same amount of time. We're going to find out if they don't make the decision now, are they going to do it then? Hypothetically, if they go to the conference final, are they going to sign all those guys? Man, this is a weird one. Because usually, you could see a direction, but Vegas has so many questions in terms of not like what they are and whatnot, but like they don't necessarily have an identity. Like
No.
we know they're like a ragtag bunch of bandits and misfits.
And
but,
just like they're a hardworking team. That's all they really are. Like everyone on that team gives 100%.
they never stopped. They never stopped. Like I haven't watched a full Vegas game ever, even on TV. Like they never stopped when I was there. Like every line was like go 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 go. Like I didn't know who William Carrier was. I don't know who that was. They have some guy.
I think that was a Buffalo guy.
Who's not 88? That's Nate Schmidt. Who do they have? They have Walker, Nathan.
Oh yeah. I didn't know who he was either.
Or like I don't know. They have a few random guys I've never heard of, and I had to Google them to find out where they came from. And now we're forgetting again. But like that's clearly it's not their team going forth with what they have. But man, I'd love to see them go on a run. Like they're going to hopefully win a playoff series. That'd be sweet. My team Chaos Theory.
Actually,
yeah.
too, like they might not win a playoff series because they're going up against whoever comes out of the Central in that second or first wild card spot. Like that's still going to be a tough matchup for them.
Well, the second or first wild card, I'll tell you who they would play as of
I
today.
think it's either Dallas or Colorado. That would be
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
As of today, it's Minnesota.
Colorado's in the
Colorado's a game in hand and they're back by 1 point.
Okay.
Calgary is back by 1 point, same amount of games as Minnesota.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Wow. Okay. Okay. Minnesota, 61 points. Colorado, Calgary, Anaheim, all of 60.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then Chicago's 56. So, fingers crossed Chicago doesn't make playoffs this year, ladies and gentlemen. That'd be nice.
Jump with joy until they win the draft.
Hashtag
lottery.
Johnny needs a break. Hashtag Johnny wants to go golfing yet again. That hashtag is back and better than ever.
Until they win the draft lottery and get Dolan.
Please don't.
Except for in 3 years they won't be able to keep him because of their cap situation, so it doesn't matter.
Well, apparently the cap... Was that you telling me the cap's going up by $7 million?
Up to $7 million.
Oh.
Because of how much money Vegas brought in. It's going up at, they said at least $4 million, I think, is what they're predicting.
Sweet.
At least $4 million.
Okay.
Could be up to $7 million.
Oh, sweet. Flyers are going to keep Wayne Simmons.
Wayne Train.
They can afford the Wayne train.
Hey, that works out for fucking the Jets too, because they might be able to afford to keep Wheeler.
Oh, Patrick Laine is going to take a hometown discount of like probably 7.75, because he's a good dude. I'm not even being sarcastic. They somehow, like Elo's great contract, Scheifele, bad year. Liney's just going to be like, you buy me the new PlayStation when it comes out, and I'll catch it too much. There's a player
and a year-long live subscription. I'd want to play online, and I don't want to pay for it.
And I want the new Turtle Beach headphones. The new ones. Every year. I'm writing this down because apparently Patrick Laine wrote a Players Tribune. I have not read it, but I will tweet it. Because I've been told by Dan and Greg that it's an excellent read. And it basically, to summarize, according to Dan and Greg, they said it just shows that he's a very laid-back guy. His mom, he lives with him, or his mom lives with him, but he lives with his mom. She makes his meals, and he gets rides to the rink from Nick Ehlers. So, life's pretty good when you're Patrick Laine.
19 years old, you don't have to do anything for yourself. Just score goals.
No, score goals and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably over $1 million at this point. Or we know over $1 million.
Over $1 million for sure.
I think he hit almost every bonus last year. I think the only bonus he didn't hit would have been 40 goals.
Or win the Calder.
Win the Calder, 40 goals. Because every, 20, 25, 30. Okay, hold on. Let's name the ones he got last year. He got 20, 25, 30. All-Star game. How many points did he have?
63.
So would have hit the 50-point mark. I know that's one of them. For sure. Because for the most part, the breakdown for most contracts are the same. It's not like oddly specific to anything. It's just like points.
Yeah, points and goals.
Yeah, like Ivan Provorov, they have a deal where like every minute he plays over 25 minutes, he owes them money. So that's why they play him 29 minutes a night. Yeah, it's a really weird contract, but that's how that worked out. Yeah. But anyways, the cap going up is going to be fantastic, I think. And it's going to just open up money for, again, Buffalo to sign James Neal. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Josh Bailey.
Josh Bailey? What number is Bailey? 27? Anders Lee. Josh
27.
Brock Nelson's 29.
43.
43. Josh
Fucking
Bailey.
hell,
There's
just
no
throw-
way Josh
just throwing
Bailey's
numbers out.
43. Doesn't matter. It's fine. The Jets went on to play the Colorado Avalanche their following game.
Without Nathan McKinnon in the lineup.
What happened to Nathan McKinnon? I know he wasn't in the
like
lineup.
2 to 3 weeks with the... I think it's a concussion.
Upper body? The
Upper
C
body.
word?
Yeah.
Oh no. We've become Blue Mountain State. Don't say it. It's like Voldemort. Did you watch this game?
I did watch this game. Josh Bailey's number 12.
12. Oh, we both. I thought there was 2 in there too,
no
so
idea.
that's fine. They won 3-0. Who were the goal scorers? Patrick Laine got one for sure.
Patrick Laine got the first one.
Playmaker Patrick Laine.
I believe... Was it Kyle Connor got the second
Well,
one?
it had to have been. I remember someone cheering about Kyle Connor.
Yeah, and then there was it an empty net, the third one? I think it was.
So that was Kyle Connor's goal for sure.
No, I don't think it
The
was.
garbage
actually.
apprentice. It had to have been.
Had to
There's
have been?
no other way. There's no other way.
Was it? Oh, it was Nick Ehlers.
Nick Ehlers, a garbage apprentice.
Got the third one.
Oh, right on. Garbage
It
buddies.
was a hard-working one. He actually went forechecked and got the puck.
Oh, did he? He earned it.
He earned it.
He earned the
Forechecked
garbage
and-
buddy card? No. Okay. And, oh, right. Vegas, player of the game.
Player of the game. We'll say Hellebuck,
He did almost die.
He almost
He
died.
didn't almost die, but took a hell of a shot. That's a
Hell
hell of
to
a
the
shot.
face.
Yeah.
Still played well all game. I would have been real rattled if I was him as a goalie.
Yeah.
So
of course.
to keep his composure in that situation, I think that shows a lot about his character. So
Oh, definitely. Oh, we did find out if there is a playoff series between Vegas and Winnipeg, Matthew Perreault and James Neal are going to
they're gonna
There was 3 or 4 times after every time they were on, it was just like bickering at each other where the refs came in. They're like, "All right, enough." Enough!
I wonder
he had
if
to
they're
do
like
the loud
somewhat
one.
like. I wonder if they're like actually like somewhat buddies and like it's like friendly chirping, but like.
Oh, I'll give you some backstory as to where Perreault played before and James Neal played before. James Neal played for Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Perreault
Pittsburgh,
played for
Washington.
Washington. They're not buddies.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you that right now. There's
You
no way
never,
they're buddies.
you never know in the NHL nowadays.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
Avalanche. What'd you like from the team? What'd you not like?
I liked Laine's goal. It's always fun.
I
seeing
can
him
tell you
score on
how
the
it
power
went in, I
play.
bet. Top of the right circle.
Oh yeah,
Was it a pass from Blake Wheeler?
it sure was.
Nice. But
Varlamov, literally, he could have stopped the puck, looked at the crowd and went, top left or top right? Okay. And then shot it. He had that much time. Like,
Really?
Varlamov, like, there was no chance. Like, it was such a nice pass.
No
from
chance in
Wheeler.
hell, you think?
No chance.
You got no chance. You got no chance in hell. That's Patrick Laine's new theme song. And then, of course, jumping off the back of 1290, Stone Cold. Was it Stone Cold Connor Hellebuck or what was it?
Yeah, it's Stone Cold Connor Hellebuck. Yeah,
I still don't like that one. There's got to be. I like Hurricane better. Look out! There's a hurricane coming through. Connor Hellebuck. Sorry, go ahead.
It wasn't Kyle Connor.
Who was?
Jack Roslovic.
Oh,
Off his ass.
the Big Dipper.
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper, the Big Dipper. Guess he's gonna be a star.
Wheeler came in and...
Oh, that's good.
Jeez.
Thought of that at the Vegas game. That's good. Help from a friend. Help from a friend. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, Wheeler came in, dangled the guy at the top of the... Like, just inside the blue line.
Yeah, the
then-
Wheeler Deke.
Yeah,
He's
just
got one of them. I've
Oh, yeah.
seen it. Yeah.
And then rips a shot, and it literally hits Roslovic, jumps pretty much straight up, and then just lands in the net.
Nice.
So, yeah. Good goal for Jack.
The Big Dipper scored with an asteroid. Sean, what do you say? Asteroid.
Jesus.
Yeah, baby. Oh, that's nice. That's spicy. Oh, geez. All right. Big news for the Winnipeg Jets. Who do they play on Friday?
The St. Louis Blues.
What? Oh, no, I didn't know that. Okay.
Not a great game.
Well, news that not broke, but we've been keeping close tabs on it. The city of Winnipeg.
Everyone.
Mark
in the city of
Scheifele,
Winnipeg.
his timetable is 6 to 8 weeks. 6 weeks falls on Friday. He's been practicing with a non-contact jersey, or with a contact jersey. Like, you
Yeah.
can get him and everything. They've done interviews with him, so we know he's Mark Scheifele in interviews. He's a robot. He's not giving you anything. He's giving you a little more than Trouba, but not as much as Blake Wheeler. That's where he falls on the interview. I'm sure Patrick
That's a
Laine
big scale, though. That is...
Yeah,
We're not really throwing...
I'm sure Patrick Laine is a great interview, but the broken English is like the
It kind of
limited
ruins
English.
it. It
takes
ruins it
away.
a little bit, but like it's still funny because like he doesn't care what he says. Yeah, I'm just not confident right now. I think he's starting to do that whenever he's in a slump. He's just going to start like, oh, come talk to me. I got to tell you guys I'm not confident. I need a goal today.
He's got that like, well, but a friend of the show, Carrie, there is quite a big like Finnish fan. I believe him telling me that like Europeans, but like Finns and Swedes have a lot of deadpan comedy. Like it's more of like, it's for them more than you. And so I think that for Patrick Laine falls on the comedy scale of like, he loves it. Like him and the Elos probably giggle the entire way home. But to us, we're like, well, that doesn't sound very good. Like say if you're just like, not a fair weather fan, but a fan that like goes to the game, and you're like, well, Laine did okay. And then you hear the interview and it's like, I don't have any confidence. So like, oh no. And we're just like, that's funny because he knows he's really good.
He knows he's really, really good.
Yeah, and so we can get away with saying that. But anyways, Mark Scheifele. Rumors floating around in the city of Winnipeg that he might return on Friday. Not the game I want him returning in. Who do they play after St. Louis? Do we know that?
I don't know, but I know it's Sunday.
I'll check the schedule because I got it right in front of me here.
It's Sunday, so...
Well, just because we just literally mentioned on this podcast that they get up for playing St. Louis, and I'm sure St. Louis definitely knows Mark Scheifele is going to be back. So, not that.
But you know what? If he's healthy, like if it's fully healed, there's no reason to leave him out. Like sort of thing. It's not like he's coming back too early.
They play the Rangers on Sunday. They play the Caps on Tuesday, and then Colorado on Friday. So, you know, might as well trial by fire and just throw him.
Well, yeah, because none of those games are going to be easy games to play.
No. I was really hoping for the game on... Could bring him back next Sunday against Florida. That'll be okay. Or tonight, but that's a little too early. Tonight they're taking on Arizona.
You know what? It's Arizona. You probably would be fine. I don't know.
No. I mean, what do you think's going to happen tonight, since we've been doing predictions?
Oh,
my goodness! I forgot! Free Petan! Yeah! Yeah! Nick Petan's back! What happened? The reason Nick Petan and Brendan Lemieux got called up, Larry got placed on IR. What happened?
I think he re-aggravated that injury he had before.
Which is the injury we don't know.
No one knows.
No one knows.
How do you know about any injury in the NHL unless it's...
I love it.
The only team you find out about is Dallas, because...
They tell it.
They tell everyone. They don't care. Oh, it's concussion. No, it's he broke his ankle.
He broke his left knuckle. Third one. If you're really going for it. Why not? Whatever.
Well, and that's like Hitch says, like there's so much padding and stuff, like, and there's so much video replay that you know where the injury is anyways. So if you're going to target it, you're going to target it. But really, there's so much padding, they're not going to feel it.
Oh, definitely. Okay, so what were we going to say?
Hashtag Free Petan.
Hashtag Free Petan is back and better than ever. What do you think? Score of the game tonight against the Arizona Coyotes. I said it correct this time too.
So they played Colorado last... Oh, let's see. Can we get Hellebuck 2 shutouts in a row? Can I call it right now?
You could do it, yeah. The binoculars, they like calling it.
4-0.
4-0? Who's getting the goals?
Patrick Laine.
Okay. The playmaker, Patrick
Same predictions as last time. Patrick Laine again. He's getting 2.
Okay.
He needs 2. He's only got like 1 multi-goal game this year. It's very sad.
Well, he's a playmaker. So,
yeah, exactly.
As I told Matt earlier today, until Patrick Laine outscores everyone in the league, he's playmaker Patrick Laine to me. Everyone's like, you're an idiot. Anyway, go.
Andrew Kopp's in there again.
Okay.
Because he's playing with Armia and Connor, so there's going to be a lot of offensive chances there, I think.
Is he going to be on patrol tonight?
The Kopp.
Yeah.
On patrol.
Okay. We got Kopp, so Laine, 2, Kopp, that's 3.
And 1 of Dano and Lemieux.
You're a monster. How dare you?
Petan's setting it up. Hashtag Free Petan's going to set it up. He's not scoring the goal. He's going to set it up.
I'm saying 3-0 Jets. Petan Hattie. Free Petan is a go. With the garbage line mates he has, he will make gold. He would be so good, it's time to hashtag trade Shifes, am I right? Yeah, Free Petan, baby. Those guys are so scary. They're like, oh yeah, Lowry went down? We should have 2 Petans instead. What? It doesn't even make sense. What are you talking about? I like how they made a point on Winnipeg radio for Petan. They were like, Petan actually, he's rocking quite the beard. And I'm like,
There's no way he's rocking any sort of a beard.
We gotta see.
Like, I gotta see it during the game, but there's no way he's rocking a beard.
Maybe that's all he needed to do. He just looked too like a baby boy, so short guys have to have or shorter NHL players have to have a beard or something. I don't know.
Did you change that to NHL players while you were looking at me? Is that
Yes,
what you
I
fucking did?
But I wasn't trying to be mean to you. I was thinking more of another listener of the show. Carrie. No. I mean, actually, you know, now that I think about it, all the smaller guys in the NHL usually are fresh-faced. Like, who's a smaller guy who even rocks a beard? Gaudreau, no. St. Louis in playoffs. That's about it. He was usually pretty clean, fresh-faced.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess my argument fell in on itself. Yeah. I'm just a mean person.
Well, Klitzum always had stubble.
But he wasn't tiny. He was like 5'10", 5'11", wasn't he?
He was like, I think they listed as 5'10", 5'11". I think he was like about 5'9", but the thing is he was built like a fucking truck.
He was one of those shit houses.
He had no neck. It was all just traps.
Yeah, one of those traps. Yeah, his ears were always in sleep mode. Yeah, he's always so comfy. Yeah. All right, what else? We were talking about injuries. Bobby Ryan injured his hand again.
Again, this is like his 6th hand injury in the last 3 years.
He's had how many in general? Like 11? He's had a lot of hand injuries.
I just know I think it's all been recently, or his hand just keeps getting injured. Like every season, once or twice, it gets injured. Like something's wrong there. Like there's no way you can just, because it's not like it's not like the Methot one where Crosby hacked him and cut off his finger. It's like he goes to glove a puck down, and it's breaking his finger or doing something. Like I don't know what it is. It's really weird how it just keeps happening to him.
I mean, Cherry Hill native, Bobby Ryan, first off. I just want to say Cherry Hill. They have, and I say this because it's like a meme and making fun of all the announcers in Philadelphia because Cherry Hill's in New Jersey. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, returning to his home state, Cherry Hill. And you're like, that's in New Jersey, that's not in Pennsylvania. But whatever. He has his contract too. Doesn't like that's why he draws the ire of everyone just being like he gets injured every year. And I believe this injury, he injured his left hand by catching the puck with his right hand or something. Like it was a weird one.
Really?
I remember watching the highlight. They were like, "Yeah, he injured it by because I think he took a hack on his hand while he was catching the puck with his other hand."
I didn't see that.
Yeah. So I could be wrong. We're wrong with confidence. You know that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I checked out on Bobby Ryan when he got when he got his new contract, just because I was like, how have you earned any of this? Like, he didn't really do much. Like,
well, you know what? He was a good playoff performer when he was, and he even did it this year.
Yes.
Our last year, with Ottawa, he played like shit all season.
Yeah.
And then as soon as playoffs came, he just turned on.
Well,
he's really good at
$7 million, so I hope
There's always that one, I remember, when the Ducks were playing Nashville and he was still in Anaheim, where the defenseman dropped his stick, and he decided, I'll put it through your legs this way, then I'll put it back through your legs again.
That was against Nashville. How's that Dan's watching that live? It's crazy.
I was watching it live too. And then Rene goes to poke check him, and then just another move backhand, and he just roofs it, and it's like, what the hell? Like, where is this? Like, why don't you do this all season? But I guess there's always those guys that just as soon as playoffs come, they're like, bam.
They just turn it on, they know how to do it.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Oh, speaking of Nashville, Philip Forsberg got suspended 3 games for an interference call on Genovese.
Elbow
to the face.
Elbow to the face.
And Mike Fisher, when the Department of Player Safety tweeted out their video explaining what an elbow to the face does. Thanks for that. Brendan Shanahan, those are never going to be the same, because Brendan Shanahan actually broke it down and been like, all right, this is why we're doing it. This is like to prevent that. You shouldn't be doing this. But now it's like, okay, so you see this guy, and it'll pause and highlight where the elbow connects to the face. It's like, can't do that. And then it'll cut back to some dude and it'll be like, 3 games. It doesn't actually do that. But it's bad. It's not good.
It's not,
and their explanation...
It's just the guy just sits there, puts his fingers up, 3 games, and just
right in the camera.
Right in the camera.
Right in the
That
face.
many.
3.
3
1,
games.
2, 3. And moving his fingers when he's counting 1, 2, 3. It's just stupid. But Mike Fisher retweeted the explanation saying this is a joke. And I was like, oh, he's going to get in trouble. And then I was like, no, he won't. He's not on contract yet. They haven't officially signed him. They've announced they've planned on signing him, or he's been practicing. But I don't think they've officially announced the contract yet. So I don't think you can get in trouble for that. So it'll be interesting to go from there.
Yeah, that would be a weird one. How do you deal with that as players?
Treat it as a fan. Can't really do anything about
it. I guess.
I mean,
well, I guess it's not like you can any retired players that do anything. Yeah,
Jeff O'Neill,
he
does all the time. Jeremy Roenick, he's a tweeting animal. He tweets a lot. But there's him.
But he's an analyst now. Hot takes.
He's a what?
He's an analyst now.
Oh yeah, for NHL and NBC.
Yeah, so
With
he's allowed to.
with
That's his
Milbury.
job.
Milbury's an idiot. They both are, and they're both former Flyers too. So it's like, but that was a Flyers like I didn't like watching. Like I didn't watch them too much, but like I don't like those highlights or anything. They're just like, and Eric Lindros. Like I've never been a fan of Eric Lindros. So like yeah, he's a Flyer forever. No one will wear 88. That's fine. That's fine with me because the Flyers are new, like different. I like hockey now, where like
New age Flyers is what we'll call them.
yeah, new age hockey in general, really, where like you beat teams by scoring. You don't need grinders.
You don't need to beat teams by literally beating them.
Yeah, like you don't need to
attacking them.
you don't need to murder anymore.
Swinging sticks at people's faces and breaking their.
Well,
face.
what we learned from Connor Hellebuck today is you just
If you do it to a goalie, it's okay.
flop. That's apparently all we learned there. Connor Hellebuck, goalies. Marc-Andre Fleury returns tonight. Tonight? Against the Pittsburgh Penguins. First time playing his team. And we did the real quick math, or you did, looked it up. 15 years he played for the Penguins.
3-time Stanley Cup champion.
It's a long time.
15 years.
That is a long time.
It's a very long time.
3 cups, 2 were he did.
Well, he was part of 2 of them.
Well, 3. I mean, he won him the playoff series, and then Murray went down or finished out that series, right?
Well, I think it was just the second cup they won, like just not this past year, the year before, where I think Fleury might have gone into 1 game.
Oh yeah, because
Murray Murray got hot right before playoffs, went down with an injury. They had to put Jeff Zatkoff in.
I don't remember that.
I remember that because in that series, Bobrovsky was hurt as well. So you had Fleury, Murray, and Bobrovsky were all hurt at the beginning of that playoff series. So you had Jeff Zatkoff against, I think, Korpisalo.
Yeah, I was going to say Laura Korpisalo or whatever his
So-
first name is.
Pittsburgh won the first game. Jeff Zatkoff got his first playoff win ever. Next game, Columbus wins. Korpisalo got his first playoff win ever. Next game, Murray returns. Pittsburgh wins. Murray gets his first playoff win ever. It's the first time that 3 rookie goalies have won 3 straight games.
Consecutively.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, I love it. Oh! Do you know, I just saw this. This is just in regards to winning your championship because the Eagles won the Super Bowl on the weekend.
Yep.
What is the average pay per player for winning their league's championship? Like, in what order would you rank them in the... We're including soccer, hockey, football, basketball, baseball. Those are the leagues.
Okay, so what are we talking about? Like
Who gets the least amount and who gets the most for winning the championship? Like playoffs and all encompassing.
Are we just talking about all together, the team? Like,
Nope, just per player
per
breakdown.
player?
Breakdown.
Per player breakdown. Okay, well, soccer would probably be number 1.
Okay, I'll let you rank them. So you got soccer the most?
Soccer, and then probably baseball, basketball, football, then I don't think hockey's going to be...
So you do soccer, and then you do soccer, then baseball, basketball, football, hockey.
Yeah.
The only one you got wrong in it is MLS, soccer, just MLS, gets the least.
Oh,
everyone else.
MLS. I thought we were talking maybe like the Europe League.
Sorry, I should have said North America. So this is a breakdown.
Because then
MLB per player breakdown, they make $440,000 for winning their championship. NBA make $220,000. NFL $191,000.
That's because there's so many friggin' people on.
NHL $163,000. How much does MLS make? MLS.
Say 50.
50,000. Final answer.
Final answer.
$10,000.
Are you kidding me?
$10,000.
Oh, that's so bad.
I mean, it's new. It's coming around, but
Jeez.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, here's another stat I just wanted to read. Not in regards to money. In regards to Sean Monahan, yesterday, or 2 nights ago, he scored the overtime winner for the Calgary Flames.
Oh, I saw you tweet this one.
At 23 years, 115 days old, Flame Sean Monahan is the youngest player in NHL history with 10 career overtime goals.
That's pretty good.
How many does Laine have? I thought about Laine and Matthews right away.
Not a lot.
Do they have winners at all?
I know Laine had the Toronto Maple Leafs one last year, and I can't think of any other.
So he's got one.
Are we talking about like overtime wins?
Overtime.
Yeah,
you gotta
that's the
go
only
OT.
That's the only one I can really think of right now is the Maple Leafs one.
Isn't that... But 10. But 23.
So he's got... So they both have... Well, Matthews has one less year because he's a year older than Laine, technically.
But those are the first two guys I thought of. Like, I bet you there's someone under the radar I'm not thinking of for, like...
McDavid?
Yeah, he's up there.
He had a hell of a night last night, too.
Did he? 4
Did
goals,
he
1
ever?
assist against the Tampa Bay
It just
Lightning.
goes to show if he decides just to take over a game, there's no way that Edmonton can lose. Like, 5 points. 4 of them were goals. Like, it's crazy.
And this
Tampa
is
didn't have their best game.
And this is while being matched
It's
up against
Tampa.
Victor Hedman. Like,
Well, exactly.
oh, and in the Toronto game with Anaheim, we've talked about this. Why are you putting Bieksa with Matthews and Nylander? He's slow. We know he's slow. Put him against fast guys. You might not trust the guys like defensively enough.
Randy Carlyle knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I bet he does. Yeah. Well, actually, Toronto can thank Randy Carlyle for the team they have because it's him that they have all those players. So. Well, like when they were doing terrible, like when Randy Carlyle, like
Randy Carlyle is
Yeah.
the reason that team made it to the playoffs the year before. He's got a winning record. When they fired him, that team got destroyed.
Peter
after.
Voracek, Dallas Eagles.
Like,
You're right.
it was not him at all. Like, at all.
He breaks toaster machines, though. That's what you don't remember the
No.
Winter Classic how they have 24/7.
Yeah,
He broke their toaster machine.
I never
He's
saw
like,
that.
it's broken. Like every episode, he didn't know how to use a toaster machine. The best part was it was one where you put the toaster on top and it falls out the bottom. Like it wasn't it wasn't a hard.
You didn't even have to push any buttons. Just
Put it on, and then the conveyor belt it would drop and pick up, and it got stuck every time. He started a fire every episode. There's like 5 episodes, and the final one it shows him installing a new one because he literally broke it. It's so stupid.
I don't get it. I just want my toast.
It's just ridiculous. It's just unbelievable. All right, so I'm going to go to the deli. We actually had some comments.
Ooh.
We've had a few comments in the past, but I'll just start off from last episode. Racist Fan Rocks commented, Gargano versus Almas was match of the weekend, and I loved the Hurricane entry in regards to the Royal Rumble. Johnny Gargano took on Andrade Almas in NXT for the NXT Championship, just wrestling. Matt doesn't know this, so it's fine. That was match of the year candidate. It was incredible. If you do watch wrestling, log on to the network if you have it and watch it. If not, you totally can't find it illegally anywhere. Daily Motion. Hurricane entry was fantastic. Look out! There's a hurricane coming through. To fill you in, there's a gentleman, early 2000s or later 2000s. His gimmick in wrestling was he was a human form of a hurricane.
Did he wear all green?
He did.
I know exactly.
Oh, with The Rock.
With The Rock.
He was in the Royal Rumble. He showed up in Philadelphia, lost their minds. It's like, look out, there's a hurricane. I'm like, what? And he came out Philly, he's like, yeah, baby. And then, of course, John Cena threw him out in 48 seconds.
I'm not surprised at all.
But then he walked around the ring and he did his arm thing and he's like, I'm the hurricane. And everyone's like, and he's like, one more time, I'm the hurricane. And he walked around the ring and did it every corner and then walked out and then did it once at the top of the ramp. So, like, when you're watching the wrestlers go at each other, you just hear random cheering that don't match up with anything. It's because he's got the hurricane. And people are just losing their minds. And then we had a comment from Jordy Longbottom. Wow, Cam, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you. Thank you very much for that comment, Jordy. Matt has a very confused look on his face. That is from one of my favorite YouTubers, H3 Podcast or H3 Productions, which is Ethan and Ela Klein. Their intro was so when Michelle Obama was the first lady, she was doing like these Twitter hits for people. Like it's like there's a gentleman named there's a kid named Ethan. I guess he was having a tough time or something. I don't know the backstory, but I guess someone tweeted out saying, "Hey, can you say like, wow, Ethan, great job, proud of you, keep it up." And so someone like at the White House filmed Michelle Obama saying, literally she's saying, "Wow, Ethan, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you." Now we know what it is. She had a health initiative. And so we showed him, like, it showed this kid Ethan like doing dance moves, and she liked it, so she said like, "Wow, Ethan, great moves, keep it up, proud of you." And he took like Ethan Klein took it and put it in his intro.
Oh,
so it's like, "Wow, Ethan," and he's just a character, to say the least, and it just shows him dancing, and then it cuts to Michelle Obama. It's like, "Wow, Ethan, great moves, proud of you, keep it up."
Oh, God.
So anyways, that's a reference to that. And now it's time to go to my favorite segment, because now we have an intro. It's Falling for Darling time. Future Camp, put it in right now.
I've fallen.
Falling for Darling.
I've fallen.
Rasmus Dahlin gör 1-0 för Frölunda.
I've fallen. And I can't get up.
Thanks, past Cam. It's Future Cam again. Oh, no, wait. Damn it. Piss. Doesn't matter. Keeping it in. Here we go. Falling for Darling. Just waiting for it to load. Load phone. There we go. Montreal. Vancouver. Ottawa. Buffalo. Arizona. Arizona's the worst.
Yep.
Does Arizona have 35 points tonight?
No. God, no.
They have 31 losses. Right? Is that how that goes? Oh, my goodness. They have more than 31 losses. They have 40 losses. They have 31 regulation losses, 9 overtime losses.
Jeez.
They're 12-40.
It's not good.
The next closest is Buffalo with 37, and then it's Ottawa at 43. So I ask you the same question I asked last week, and I will continue to ask. Who do you not want to have Rasmus Dahlin?
Still Montreal.
Still Montreal?
I just hate Montreal.
Why do you hate Montreal?
They're fans.
Isn't it kind of making you sad, though, that like you don't hear about Montreal and being terrible?
That's the thing. At least when the Leafs are bad, I get to hear about how bad they are. It's fun.
Montreal, they go away.
Montreal, they're like, oh, just stop talking about that.
No, they talk in French and you don't hear about it. Because I follow a few people, like Steve Dangle pointed this out to me. There's a lot of, not a lot, but they have like beat writers from Montreal. News will break in French, and I follow these guys, and I went to French immersion, so I know how to read and comprehend the French language. Perfect, you too. You should follow these guys. And then like 2 hours later, it'll break in English, and then it'll become a story. But it's like, yeah, Marc Bergevin's got that city on lockdown, man. I bet you he's one of those GMs where it's like, oh, I didn't like that one article you wrote about us. Not allowed anymore. No press pass. He seems like one of those guys who would totally.
It's the beard he's got now, eh? Seems a little more evil.
Yeah. You know what I think about when I see Marc
patch.
Bergevin? Not his beard, his glasses. I bet he ordered off of like a glasses website. He didn't pay full price for those. He's also one of those. He's got a penny.
Went to Amazon. They're not even like real glasses. They're hipster glasses that he just...
They better not be hipster glasses. He's been quite the ruse, because ever since I've seen him, he's been in glasses. If those are hipster glasses, Marc Bergevin. And there's no way to prove that either. No, there is. Eye test. But you can smudge an eye test.
They could really just put his glasses on and see if they... If I put his glasses on and they hurt my eyes.
Then that's a good idea. Never mind. We're going to do that. I'm going to steal it. Anyone, if you're near Marc Bergevin, just say, hey, Last Man in Podcast sent me. Give me your glasses. What? And he's like, I'm not giving you my glasses. Right in the mouth, pow in the kisser, take the glasses, put them on. Just kidding. We don't endorse that.
Well, we kind of do. It's Montreal.
We can't say it, though, because it's recorded. It's going to be on the internet.
Just
and
kidding.
then we're telling people to assault. Yeah. We're telling people to physically assault someone, steal their glasses just to prove. And what if they're actual glasses?
What if you punched a blind person?
No! No! It's over. This is our last podcast. And so number 183, it's over. We had a good run, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I don't even know what to name
The
this
replacement. I'm the replacement. Not the replacement anymore, but...
No, you're
I'm the
in
one
now.
that ruined it. I ruined everything. I'm sorry, guys.
Matt was an inside
fun
job.
one.
He was an inside job. He was an informant from Montreal. He took us down.
I had my whole
Knew it.
podcast the whole time.
It was me all along, Austin. It was me all along. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can tweet at us at LastManNPC. You can comment down below on YouTube. You can email us at lastminutepc@gmail.com. If you want to subscribe to us, you can subscribe to us. Follow us on any podcast. Matt, you have another note. Let me have it.
Nash was asked to submit his no-trade list.
Rick Nash.
Rick Nash.
And this is important because Winnipeg is or is not on that list.
I don't know. Who knows? They haven't come out.
I know where he's not going. 40 loss Arizona.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And then Anderson was hurt yesterday in the game.
Freddie Anderson took a headshot. Right.
Yeah, so we'll see how that... Because he did not look good. He got kicked to the face.
Oh, yeah, but Now let me name the person who did it. It was Corey Perry. Not malicious.
No, he didn't.
He was
mean to
falling.
do it.
He was
No.
falling. It was a flyby. He tried to get out of the way.
I'm
He
sure
did.
they're friends.
And that. And that.
Like,
too,
I'm
for
sure he didn't mean to do it.
Yeah, there's no way.
I'm
No,
sure.
You don't do
I'm
that
sure
to-
Anderson got a text after saying sorry from Corey Perry, which I don't think anyone in the league ever has gotten that, an apology from Corey Perry. So I think
Highly
Anderson
doubtful.
might be the first one.
Highly doubtful.
Yeah, I
Put
don't
that
see it.
phone in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Screenshot that and then just send that picture to the Hall of Fame.
There you go. All right. Well, if that's it, other than that, what? Hold on. I got the email, Twitter, podcast. That's it. All right. Well, see you later. See you at another time. Have a good eve.